Welcome to another SourceFuse Talking Out Cloud, our Friday leadership chat series. My name is Liz Grint, Marketing Manager here at SourceFuse. And if you're unfamiliar with SourceFuse, we're a leading provider of bespoke, secure, and scalable solutions, transforming the way companies modernize and migrate to the cloud and help them achieve business goals at speed. We recently sponsored and organized another Jax Tech meetup event, Jax Tech being a group of technologists, entrepreneurs, IT professionals, and innovators in and around the Jacksonville area who regularly get together to learn, share insights, and collaborate. Hosted by SourceFuse's Co-CEO and Co-Founder Kelly Dyer, we took a deep dive into the technology behind e-commerce, fulfillment, and how massive volumes of products are dispatched at unprecedented rates. Following this event, I spoke to our guest speakers, Travis Mariea, CEO at FlxPoint, and Bryan Croft, CEO at HC Brands, to hear their perspective on what the Jax Tech Group means to them, and a bit about how cloud technology has contributed to their company's success.
Thanks. Good to be here.
Good morning. Thank you.
Before I ask you both about Jax Tech event, I'm going to start with you, Travis, and ask you to tell us a little bit about FlxPoint.
Yeah, sure. FlxPoint is an inventory and order management system built specifically around the concept of drop shipping and distributed order management, really multi-location kind of fulfillment for e-commerce.
And Bryan, if you could give us an overview of your company, HC Brands.
It's a fun story. It's the last 24 years of my life, but I'll give you the 70-year history in about 2 minutes. It was started in 1954 as a rubber stamp company because that was the cool thing to do in the 50s, based in Jacksonville, Florida. My father started in the 70s as kind of the delivery driver while he was going to college. And then in 1999, my father purchased a company from Mr. Holmes. So that's kind of a cool entrepreneurial story in itself. Just started as a delivery driver, worked really hard for many years, and then bought it from Mr. Holmes when Mr. Holmes was ready to retire. Around the same time, I was graduating from college with a degree in marketing, kind of ready to solve all the world's problems. And mom and dad asked me to join the family business. And I felt obligated to mom and dad. They put a lot of sacrifice to put me through college and raised me and my sister. So I figured I'd give it a shot. So I came in, we were about $1 million brick and mortar business. I was trying to figure out how to make more than $8 an hour that mom and dad were paying me. And I figured I could go scream at them and ask them for $10 an hour, or maybe I could drive some more revenue, some more sales, some more profits, and then I can make a living. And so this is 1999 or 2000 or so, and I quickly turned my attention to this little thing called the internet. So, the previous 60 years of the company was advertising in the phone book and word of mouth and local sales guys and things like that. And the big thing in my life was the internet allowed me to advertise to Google or Amazon or people all about the world. So fast forward, where are we today? We're about a little under 20 million in revenue. Still do a lot of rubber stamps, personalized products, name tags, banners, signs, Yeti cups, koozies, all kinds of anything you want to put your logo on. We can kind of put your logo, whether it's a small business or whether it's an individual wants their family name on it or things like that. So we're in the personalized product business. So it's been a lot of fun journey over the past 20 years, learning what the internet is, learning the technologies. Our products are great because we can put them in a little box and give them to the mailman or the UPS or DHL and deliver them anywhere in the world. So it's a great business for the internet.
So how did you both first come to hear about Jax Tech? I'll direct that question to Bryan first.
Jacksonville to me has always kind of been the underdog city. You got Atlanta up north and Miami down south, and we're kind of in the middle, and we're not maybe as hip as those cities for whatever reason. So I've always, as somebody that's born and raised here, I want to make sure that we stay hip and we're always innovating as a city, as a culture, as a human. And because I own an e-commerce business, that is innovation in general. And I've been incredibly blessed on how the internet has transformed my life from brick and mortar to e-commerce, and how that's given me so many cool tools and opportunities in life. And therefore, I try to surround myself and find other people that are into innovation and tech. And Jax Tech is obviously a great place to just get everybody in the same room and just talk about what's the latest and greatest. What are you working on? What are you working on? Those kind of things. And so that's basically, just kind of looking out. Where are the people I want to hang out with? And Jax Tech was definitely something where we all get together, 3 to 4 times, 5 times a year, however the frequency is, and just kind of nerd out for a little bit on tech, however you want to define tech.
And how about you, Travis?
Well, I mean, funny enough, my business partner at FlxPoint is Kelly Dyer. So he runs Jax Tech, right? He's kind of the founder of it, if you will. And so, obviously hear about it a good bit, been going for, years now.
You attended other Jax Tech events?
Yeah, we just went to the one on cryptocurrency, which was fascinating. Really kind of learning really how big that scene is in Jacksonville, honestly, that I wasn't aware of, as well as just interested in kind of hearing more about the technology behind it. The stuff you don't hear in the news, really, right? You hear all of the highs and lows in the news, but hearing about the actual technology behind it was interesting. And always try to make the summer social every year, which is great. And yeah, always a good speaker, always a good theme and topic.
And what about you, Bryan?
Kelly is also a social friend of mine, Kelly Dyer, that kind of runs it and leads it. And we just like to kind of follow where Kelly goes in life. Sometimes is a very interesting, educated, innovative kind of individual who I like to hang out with, not only socially on the golf course, but also in business and life and raising our families together. And so, when Kelly says, hey, there's an event coming up, I'm like, all right, let's go, So I've been to probably, I don't know. I haven't been to every one of them but I'm going to go to everyone going forward. And I've probably been to 5 or 6 of them over the past 2 or 3 years.
So staying with you, Bryan, what would you say are the benefits of being part of this particular meetup group?
To me, I would say it in one word, it's inspiration, because tech is such a big generic word. There's all kinds of financial tech or e-commerce tech, or the stuff that you guys do at SourceFuse is a tech, To me, I just enjoy sitting back in the room with a lot of smart people that give me more kind of energy to go, wow, I never thought about it this way. Or I learned so much from every one of these little 4-hour meetings, and it just gets my energy level. I've been doing this for 24 years. So I need sources of energy. And I think Jax Tech is a huge one. Learning about crypto or NFT or all the fun, crazy stuff that's happening in our tech world today. I don't know, it just fits my personality very well. I'm not the expert in anything. I'm just kind of want to know a little bit about everything. And I think Jax Tech is a great place to kind of just get in the pool and see what's going on in the world, and then figure out what side of the pool you want to go out and hang out in, that's kind of how I think about it.
And the same question to you, Travis.
I've been attending meetup groups, whether it's in Jacksonville or Atlanta, for years now, even Tallahassee when I was at school at Florida State. And, this is one of the largest ones that still feels, intimate. I mean, you're seeing a lot of the same people. I guess it's every quarter or so. But you're also meeting new ones depending on the topic and the theme. So, unlike a lot of these just like purely centered around like one specific topic, like I used to attend like a WordPress specific meetup group that was all about WordPress. So it was the same topic every month or every quarter, or just like pure recruiting ones where it's more of just a general networking, because there's this wide ranging theme approach where it's cryptocurrency one quarter, it's e-commerce another, it's founded and funded in Jax another. Because of that, you're getting not only the people that just enjoy being part of the group, so that same core 50 or so people, but also another 50 to 70 each quarter, each event that you've never met before. So and it's always fun too. Kelly does a great job with the making sure it's a fun atmosphere as well as educational.
And Travis, what makes Jax Tech different from other networking events?
Yeah, it's really that. It's having that stable kind of group of people that you don't see a ton, but love to meet up with every 3 months, but also meeting new people. I talked with people that I'd never met before, mostly at the last event. So that was a great part of it. And just having that theme, I think is core to that. Having a different theme each time brings out different people that theme might pique their interest.
And how would you describe it, Bryan?
3 components, and a lot of networking events have similar components, but like the format I've seen is, okay, everybody gets there and we all just kind of mingle around the bar, around the venue for an hour. And then we pause and we have typically some sort of speakers or some sort of content that's the next hour. And then the final hour is back into the kind of social network. So there's those 3 kind of components that, I don't know, just resonates with my personality, as I can talk to the wall and have a good time, And I think what makes it different than other networking events is that I think people are there to get a little silly and learn about technology and innovation. And, I don't feel like when I go there, it's other networking events, somebody's trying to sell me some insurance or sell me a piece of real estate or sell. For this one, I don't think anybody's trying to sell anything, but everybody's trying to learn a little bit, technology, innovation. How can we challenge ourselves to learn more? And then sure, some sales pitches come later. That's just networking in general. But the core nucleus is really about learning. And that's what inspires me to attend events like this, specifically this one.
Now, Bryan, HC Brands has seen phenomenal annual revenue growth rate of 22.6% since 2008. So how much would you say your cloud strategy contributed to that success?
Yeah, it's interesting. I would say it's innovation, right? It's trying to figure out where the customers are. I strategically and specifically remember having a conversation with my father, who I respect and giving me so much opportunity in life, in 1998. Dad, this phone book thing's not going to work anymore. He's like, no, Bryan, the phone book's been working for 40 years. What's wrong with you little kid? And I said, no, we need to go into this internet thing up here that people can join all their computers together and learn and sell. And so essentially, literally, I had to steal the family credit card to build the first website in the cloud, right? So that's true story. My father and I like to, at the holidays or whenever we get together, kind of laugh about 20 years ago on these crazy decisions. And then more specifically, cloud today, we're a manufacturer of personalized products, right? So we're not the best in the details of tech. So the days of hosting servers and things like that in our building, I don't want that liability. I don't want that. I want it in the cloud, and I can have third parties that help me maintain the security, the PCI compliance, everything that comes with the complexity of running an e-commerce business. I don't have to be the pro in it. I just need to partner with an AWS so it's secure over there, or partner with different cloud vendors to allow me to focus on what we're really good at, which is digital marketing. Let's get eyeballs to our websites and our products, and then fulfilling of the orders. Oh my gosh, we just got 7,000 orders yesterday. How are we going to get these out of the building as quick as possible? So that's how I think about the cloud. It's really kind of a insurance, for lack of better words. It allows us to diversify our different risks within the business.
And coming to you, Travis, FlxPoint is enabling the e-commerce industry towards a faster, smarter, and more automated environment. So similar question to you, how much would you say your cloud strategy contributes towards FlxPoint's success?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't envision us at this, this day and age, we never even considered like an on-premise approach, being a startup one, but also kind of the cloud being as seasoned, as kind of proven as it's been. We were able to launch very quickly, very cost effectively, not have to really worry about server management and things like that, and not have to hire, internally here. So, cloud has always been core to it. I come from a background of cloud migration, in a past career. So it was a no-brainer for us as far as, to launch cost effectively, being agile, and really moving quickly versus kind of being weighed down by the on-premise infrastructure that can definitely happen at a young company.
For other e-commerce companies that may be worried or have some concerns about moving to the cloud, what would be your one piece of great advice to them, Travis?
So I used to do this. It feels like a past life now, almost 10 years ago, but we constantly talked about, especially 10, 12 years when this was a lot hotter of a topic, where people were concerned, and there was such a, it was just normal to have an on-premise server and have a DBA and have, your IT admin manage the emails server and the database server and all of that. And then moving to this concept of cloud was little bit more of a highly debated issue. What we always said then, and I'm sure kind of still holds today, is it's really about trusting the right partnership, right? And you have to grow a business, you can't really do it alone in any aspect, right? You can go fast, you can have a lot of control if you're going to kind of go alone, but if you want to go far, you need a team, and the team is not always internal team members. A lot of times it's partners, and so picking the right partners, whether it's that software provider or the professional services around it, that's key. That's what matters. And so you have to provide some trust, whether it's to internal employees or external partners, to be able to compete in today's business world. And so, opening up that trust and kind of letting go of some control, but getting a ton of value in return of expertise and cost-effective kind of infrastructure is really what you're getting in return there.
And Bryan, what would your advice be?
I guess as entrepreneurs, I see a lot of people wanting to be like the best at everything. And as humans, that's really hard to do. So if you can pick what you want to be the best at, for me, it's manufacturing, running the laser engravers, running the presses, getting the products out the door, and it's digital marketing. Okay, what's the latest and greatest on Google AdWords or SEO or TikTok or social media, whatever it might be. So those are the two disciplines that I want to focus my business on. Now, the problem is there's 84 other disciplines that are required to run a company. So just be comfortable, pick good vendors, pick good cloud sources to help with the other 82 things you got to do to run a business. And then you can focus on the two things you're really good at. Because I can tell you what, if you're going to try to be good at all 84 of them, you're going to crash and burn, and it ain't going to work. So that's where my suggestion is: research the vendors that have the best feedback, talk to peers at the Jax Tech event. What are you doing for this? What are you doing for that? And then focus on what you want to focus on. It allows you to be more successful. That's just my experience and my opinion.
And lastly, in each of your opinions, what does the future of e-commerce look like?
Connected, distributed. Talking about partners in the cloud world, I think partnerships in general is going to be a theme across a lot of different industries. And what I mean by that is, people can connect with each other quicker, more efficiently than ever before through social media, working remote, seeking that connection, whatever it might be, from a technical perspective, actually connecting with each other, right? Like jumping on a quick Slack, or whether it's talking over Slack or it might be FaceTime or whatever it might be, just connecting very quickly and in a rich media type approach, sharing a screen. So, I think e-commerce is going to be more of a partnership and collaboration approach than we've ever seen, where it's retailers bringing in a lot more smaller vendors and rising brands, whether it's brands partnering with other brands because they can finally connect to each other. From an inventory and order management perspective, drop shipping requires that connection. So I think a more connected, and because it's easier to connect, a more distributed type environment where there's more partnerships, more integrations happening versus these like siloed approaches we see in the past, where you buy all of your inventory, you keep it in your own warehouse, you sell it out through your brick and mortar. It's more of this virtual inventory, virtual order management between partners, I see being a bigger theme in the future.
The future is really hard to do, but I'm going to give it a shot. I think there is always going to be a need in our societies for that brick and mortar. Let's go to the local store and do some shopping and touching and feeling. But then again, there's also going to be a need for just that personality that wants to jump to Amazon and order it and have it delivered in the next 24 hours, or can't find a specific product in their neighborhood, so they go to Google and look for it. So I think it's kind of the best of both worlds. I can go down to a local shop and I can do some shopping, or I really want to get some kind of cool golf shirt for my dad, but I can't find it locally. Okay, I'm going to go online, e-commerce, and I'm going to do some searches, I'm going to find it, and there we go. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. I do believe e-commerce will continue to grow because it's just easy and humans are kind of lazy. So when you kind of put those things together, and it's, I only know a little bit about where I live in the North Florida area and the products we have on the shops and the retail stores here. Where the Google world, I can go to Etsy, I can go to Amazon, I can go to Google, and I can find all kinds of cool, new, fun products that I can't find locally. So that's the one that gets me always coming back towards e-commerce. And then as society evolves and it becomes more secure, more predictable, more safe, for lack of better words, I just believe that the future is extremely bright for e-commerce. It's been a great thing for me, allowed us to take our little family business and when I first started, we had 10 employees. Now we have about 130. And so what's cool to me about that is not that we have all this crazy revenue coming in, but we've been able to use e-commerce to create 120 more jobs right locally in our neighborhood. To me, that's pretty fun. That's pretty cool. That's kind of the meaning for me, is being able to create more jobs for people in our neighborhoods. And we're doing that via e-commerce. So there's a lot of, I geek out on e-commerce because I've been doing it for 20 years and I continue to challenge myself and my team and what's next in e-commerce. How are we going to make the user experience easier for the customers? How are we going to find new products to put on our sites and things like that? So I'm extremely bullish about e-commerce just because of all the opportunity that's in the market.
So much to both of you for joining me and sharing your insights on this event and the world of e-commerce.
I appreciate taking the time to sit down and do a little recap of the cloud and e-commerce and Jax Tech. I'm a big proponent of being participating in all of those kind of channels. So thank you.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
And thanks as always to our audience for watching. Join us again soon when we'll be back with another Talking Out Cloud with SourceFuse.